Hello everyone, and welcome back to Motivational Journey. What if the only thing standing between the life you want and the life you are living right now is a single decision? The decision to say, I can and I will. Not someday, not when conditions are perfect, not when fear disappears, but right now exactly as you are. Because the truth is, nothing changes until you do. The moment you stop waiting for permission and start claiming responsibility, everything begins to shift. I can and I will is not motivation. It is identity. It is the line you draw in the sand when you are tired of making excuses, tired of doubting yourself, tired of watching others live the life you know you are capable of building. Most people don't fail because they lack talent or intelligence. They fail because they never fully commit. They say, "I'll try, maybe one day." But progress doesn't respond to hesitation. Progress responds to certainty. There will be days when you don't feel confident, when your mind is loud with fear and your past mistakes try to convince you that you are not enough. But confidence is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward despite it. Every successful person you admire once stood at the edge of uncertainty, unsure of the outcome, but clear about one thing: quitting was not an option. When you say I can, you are choosing belief over doubt. When you say I will, you are choosing discipline over comfort. Anyone can dream, but if you are willing to endure the discomfort required to turn vision into reality. Growth demands effort. It demands sacrifice. It demands that you show up even on the days when no one is watching. And nothing feels rewarding. The world will test you. It will question your ability. It will remind you of your failures and magnify your weaknesses. But the strongest people are not those who never fall. They are the ones who refuse to stay down. They understand that setbacks are not stop signs. They are lessons. Every struggle sharpens you. Every obstacle reveals how serious you really are. At some point, you must stop negotiating with your limits. You must stop waiting to feel ready. Readiness is built in motion. Strength is developed under pressure. The moment you decide that excuses are no longer acceptable, that comfort is no longer your priority, you step into a different version of yourself, a version that doesn't just hope, but acts. This is the power of I can and I will. It is quiet. It is relentless. It does not seek validation. It simply moves forward one decision at a time until results have no choice but to follow. The moment you say I can and I will, you step into a higher standard for your life. You stop asking what is easy and start asking what is necessary. You stop looking for shortcuts and start building foundations. This mindset does not promise comfort, but it guarantees growth. It demands that you take ownership of every outcome, knowing that responsibility is the price of freedom. Most limits exist only because they have been repeated long enough to feel true. Doubt becomes powerful when it is rehearsed daily, but the same repetition that strengthens fear can also build unshakable belief. Every time you choose action over hesitation, you weaken the voice that tells you to stay small. Every time you follow through, you prove to yourself that discipline is stronger than emotion. I can and I will is a refusal to let circumstances define your future. It is the understanding that your past does not get the final say. You may not control what happened to you, but you fully control what you do next. The moment you stop blaming and start building, you reclaim your power. Progress begins when excuses end. There will be moments when progress feels invisible, when effort seems unrewarded, and when silence replaces encouragement. This is where most people stop. Not because they are incapable, but because they are impatient. True transformation happens quietly. It happens when no applause is given, when no recognition is received, and when persistence becomes a habit rather than a reaction. Consistency is not about intensity, it is about loyalty to your decision. Motivation fades, emotions fluctuate, and circumstances change, but commitment remains. When you say, "I will," you are making a promise to yourself that does not depend on mood or convenience. You continue because stopping is no longer an option you entertain. This mindset forces you to confront discomfort instead of avoiding it. Growth does not happen where you feel safe. It happens where you feel challenged. Resistance is not a sign to retreat. It is confirmation that you are moving in the right direction. The more resistance you face, the stronger you become by choosing not to turn back. You begin to understand that waiting for the perfect moment is another form of fear. Progress favors those who act while imperfect, who move while uncertain, who build while learning. Momentum is created by movement, not by overthinking. The decision to move forward, even slowly, carries more power than endless planning. When you fully commit to "I can and I will," your standards rise. You become more selective with your time, more disciplined with your energy, and more intentional with your choices. You no longer chase validation because self-respect replaces approval. You measure success by growth, not by comparison. This is not about proving anything to the world. This is about proving something to yourself. It is about becoming the person who keeps their word, especially when it is difficult. Self-trust is built when action matches intention. And once you trust yourself, doubt loses its grip. "I can and I will" becomes more than a statement. It becomes your operating system. It shapes how you think, how you respond, and how you persist. It keeps you moving when comfort calls you back and fear tries to slow you down. It reminds you that quitting is a choice and you have chosen differently. As "I can and I will" settles into your mindset, it begins to reshape the way you see yourself. You stop identifying with hesitation and start identifying with action. You no longer wait for confidence to arrive. You create it through follow-up. Each decision to stay consistent reinforces the truth that you are capable of more than your doubts ever allowed you to believe. This mindset teaches you patience without weakening your urgency. You learn that meaningful progress requires time, but time should never be used as an excuse for delay. Every day becomes an opportunity to align your actions with your intentions. Small efforts repeated with purpose create momentum that cannot be ignored. There will be moments when inner resistance tries to pull you backward, reminding you of old habits, old comfort zones, and familiar patterns. But growth demands separation from what once felt safe. You are not meant to stay who you were. You are meant to evolve. Commitment is choosing growth repeatedly, even when regression feels easier. Discipline becomes your anchor. It grounds you when emotions fluctuate and motivation fades. You begin to understand that discipline is not restriction. It is self-respect in action. It is the ability to do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel in the moment. When discipline leads, progress follows. With this mindset, setbacks lose their power to define you. They no longer feel like failures, but signals to adjust, refine, and continue. You stop taking challenges personally and start using them productively. Resilience is built through persistence, not perfection. And each moment of resistance strengthens your resolve. "I can and I will" also sharpens your focus. Distractions lose their grip because your purpose becomes clearer. You stop spreading your energy thin and start investing it wisely. Attention becomes intentional. Effort becomes deliberate. The more aligned your actions become, the less external noise can pull you off course. Over time, consistency transforms into identity. You are no longer forcing discipline as it becomes natural. You are no longer pushing yourself to act. Action becomes who you are. This shift is subtle but powerful. It is the difference between trying to change and becoming someone new. The pressure that once felt overwhelming now feels purposeful. You understand that pressure is not meant to break you, but to shape you. Strength is revealed under demand, and clarity emerges through challenge. Instead of avoiding difficulty, you lean into it knowing that growth is forged there. This mindset also deepens your self-respect. You begin to honor your commitments, protect your time, and hold yourself accountable. Integrity becomes non-negotiable. You do not need external validation. When your internal standards are clear and uncompromising as I can, and I will becomes ingrained. Fear loses its authority. It may still appear, but it no longer controls your direction. You move forward not because fear is gone, but because your purpose is stronger. Courage becomes a habit built through repetition, strengthened by resolve. Ultimately, this mindset transforms effort into inevitability. You stop asking whether success is possible and start acting as if it is certain. Persistence removes the question of if and replaces it with when. And when you commit fully, consistently, and relentlessly, progress has no choice but to follow. Now feel the weight of your own potential, pressing against the excuses you have been holding on to for far too long. This is the moment when commitment is no longer optional. It is a choice that defines every step you take from this moment forward. Saying, I can and I will is not a temporary mantra. It is a declaration that your limits will no longer control you, that your past will no longer dictate your future, and that hesitation is no longer welcome in your life. You are stepping into a version of yourself that refuses compromise, refuses delay, and refuses to settle for anything less than what you are capable of achieving. Every fiber of your being must align with this truth. You will wake up and act even when the world seems silent. You will take steps that feel impossible because action itself breeds strength. You will persist in the absence of reward because the commitment to your own growth outweighs temporary comfort. This is the level of intensity that separates those who dream from those who achieve. This is the level of intensity that transforms belief into reality. When fear rises, you rise higher. When doubt appears, you double down. When obstacles challenge you, you lean into the pressure, knowing that resistance is nothing more than confirmation that you are moving in the right direction. You stop negotiating with mediocrity. You refuse to apologize for ambition. You understand that every moment of effort accumulates into a force that cannot be ignored, a momentum that cannot be stopped, a trajectory that is undeniable. Your mind, your body, your decisions, they all begin to synchronize around one unstoppable truth. You can and you will. The outside of you has the power to change that unless you allow it. Opinions, setbacks, failures, delays, and disappointments. They are temporary. Your resolve is permanent. Your dedication is non-negotiable. You are no longer a passenger in your own life. You are the driver, the navigator, and the force that propels your journey forward. And you will not settle for anything less than your full potential. Every day, every hour, every choice becomes a testament to your unwavering commitment. You stop waiting for conditions to be perfect because perfect conditions do not exist. You take action anyway, knowing that the act of moving forward is itself the creation of opportunity. You understand that consistency is power, effort is momentum, and persistence is victory in motion. Your energy, your focus, and your determination become your superpower, and no circumstance can Diminish them. You are no longer defined by hesitation, doubt, or fear. You are defined by action, by resolve, by the absolute refusal to quit. Every decision you make from this moment on, no matter how small, is a building block toward the person you are destined to become. You will confront challenges, you will face discomfort. You will endure moments that test everything you believe. But through it all, you remain unshakable, relentless, and unstoppable because you have embraced the ultimate truth. I can and you will. Conclusion. Now take a deep breath and realize this. Everything you need to succeed already exists within you. The courage, the strength, the determination is all there. You don't need someone to hand it to you. And you don't need the perfect moment, or the ideal circumstances. What you need is already inside, waiting for you to claim it. Saying, I can and I will is not just a phrase. It is a promise to yourself that no obstacle, no doubt, no fear will ever hold you back again. The power of these words is not in saying them once, it is in living them. Every choice you make, every step you take, every day you refuse to quit, you are proving to yourself that limits exist only in the mind, and that persistence, action, and belief are unstoppable forces. You are capable of more than you think. You are stronger than you feel. And the moment you decide that nothing can stop you, the world begins to move aside. So stand up, step forward, and commit yourself fully. Embrace challenges, welcome the struggle, and move with relentless consistency. Let every action, every decision, and every effort be a reflection of the unshakable truth inside you. I can and I will. Not tomorrow, not when it's easy, but now, right here, right this moment, because your life will never change until you decide to make it change. And your destiny will never be claimed until you rise and take it. This is your life. This is your moment. This is your choice. I can and I will. And with that truth guiding you, nothing can ever stop you again. Thank you for taking the time to listen, to reflect, and to commit yourself to the truth that you can and you will. Remember, the journey is yours, and every step you take toward your goals matters. Keep pushing forward, stay consistent, protect your focus. Again, never let doubt dictate your path. Let these words stay with you, not just for today, but for every challenge, every opportunity, and every moment of growth that lies ahead. Keep believing in yourself, keep taking action, and keep proving to the world, and most importantly to yourself, that nothing can stop you when you refuse to quit. Until next time, stay strong, stay unstoppable, and continue your journey with unwavering courage.